Yeah, Come On show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. And it is a lovely, thirsty Thursday with rain upon us. We're not weathermen, but if there's anything I would have loved to do, would have been the weather, only because I don't want to do the meteorology aspect of it. But if you can hand me the info and I can do the green screen and make it fun, I'd do that. I would love to do that.
Well, let's get you an audition at WSB or something.
I should. WSB should bring me in and go, it's the weather with Southside. And you could throw me on midnight weather if there is one.
Well, I've always thought that like the regular standard network news, local news, they need to be a little more casual. And I remember a few years ago, Vinnie Politan.
Oh, I love Vinnie Politan.
They were doing the 11 o'clock news in sort of like a more casual talk show kind of feel. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long, though.
It didn't. And the only reason I know who Vinny is, and you're probably right, Politan. I always said Vinnie Politan, but I'm probably wrong. But Vinny would come on our show because Beth Keppel, when I started radio, was the biggest fan. She had a crush on him and thought he was the coolest guy. So he would come on our show and we would joke. And at that time, he's in the studio, but he's also out on site. You know, and he was the Weather Channel guy.
Yeah.
And man, he's the one name that people remember. That's what I want to be. You know, kind of like the ponytail dude up under the bridge, like, oh my God, it's coming. Oh, it's the finger of God. It's an F5.
Joe Cantori.
Yeah, I love Joe.
Yeah.
He's another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. It was Joe Cantori he had a crush on, not Vinnie Politan. Vinnie Politan was always 11 Alive, and then he did the court cases.
Yeah, he was on Court
right.
TV. Yeah. Yes. Joe Cantori is the dramatic weather guy for the Weather Channel.
By the way, this is the Yeah Come On show from the Exit Wealth Studios right here in Alpharetta, and we do a 4-hour Atlanta radio show in 30 minutes, live without a net. Trust me, if we were taping this, I would take off what I just said and get...
Oh, we'd correct, yeah.
I would go straight to Joe Cantori and not make an ass out of myself. But sometimes it comes up, all these names, but it was Joe because, you know, he had the short brown hair and little... He was shorter dude, but I met him in the studio several times. Yeah. And Beth just marked him.
Yeah. Well, we have to mention then the flooding yesterday in downtown Atlanta. I had no idea until I woke up this morning because it was sunny and beautiful here in Alpharetta and Woodstock. We got nothing.
Nothing. I'm looking at my phone, same as you, and it gets confusing. I'm like, is this new news or old news? Because it's being recycled, and I'm looking at it going, well, this just has to be an old picture with somebody broadcasting and people being rescued from a car and a guy waiting halfway in.
Right, and it's nice and sunny out here. Like, I was up at home in Woodstock, and my girlfriend texted me like, oh, yeah, it rained down here. I'm like, okay, so what? It rained, big deal. Yeah. I didn't realize it was like a flash flood.
Yes, basically it was. And I've been downtown when that happened. And the problem is, and I always hear this, that our sewer system in some areas is still that of the, you know, underground Atlanta Civil War sewers era. And they've done the best they can replacing pipe. But there's a lot of roads you got to dig up when you do a whole lot. But they have done a lot. But make no mistake about it. Because people put trash and do stuff, sometimes it's a clog. They can go down and unclog it. They figure that out. They go in and get the trash out. But even think about this. It's based on the sewers, the manholes. We can overpower that with a good hard rain for an hour. And when I say a good hard rain, it's like all of a sudden everything is rushing water under the streets in the sewers. But it can't handle anymore.
Yeah, and they're also doing a lot of road work for FIFA. You know, they're doing a lot of cleaning up, a lot of roads being repaved, and all this stuff going on. So they probably have a lot of stuff shut down. Yeah, and so that's what it was. It was just so fast. It just couldn't handle it, and it flooded the roads.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it to where kids, and, you know, they're coming out, and they've got, like, inner tubes, and they're floating. I'm like, good Lord. But I remember even in our neighborhood, I don't know about you growing up as a kid, but sometimes when it's really raining and there's no lightning, your parents would let you go out because it was fun. I mean, we didn't have swimming pools. But you've got about this wide, like about maybe even 3 to 4 feet, and it's probably this deep, 2 feet. And it's just rushing. It's curb level, and it's going right down the road. And as long as you got a hill, man, that's a current.
Yeah, playing it, it's like a little river.
Yeah, it's white. It's white trash rapids. All right, coming up now, it's a little Steve MZ, and we want to thank Exit Stage Left Advisors. If you need to sell your business, go to exitstageadvisors.com or give me or Jeff a message in our DMs. We'll direct you to the right people. Say you heard it on the Yet Come On show, and it keeps them a proud sponsor. Also sponsoring a little Steve MZ this morning. We'll switch a few gears. We'll talk about a guy, Danny Hamilton. I spoke with him yesterday. I'll be going out to take some pictures. He's sending me some. That's the bus that we had when Jeff and I worked for Fox FM, and we took that down to the Speedway, and we broadcast live from the infield.
Echo Park Speedway.
Thank you for that. And Echo Park. And, yeah, we were in turn 4 where 96 Rock and Rock 100.5 were, and that's the 25 years of me being in the infield. And it started in 95, and a couple times we just didn't do it. But I added up the years, and in that there's almost 50 races. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. That's because you lived it, except I was there 2 days, and 2 days is where you're wearing thin because you're like, oh God, I'm going from drunk to drunk. I got a microphone in my hand. Everybody's standing around wanting to win prizes. And there's always going to be something stupid because what happens when you get a bunch of people around? Stupid things happen. So I was my own Steve MZ.
And the party goes late at night, too.
I'll never forget. It was so damn cold. Everybody's wearing like 3 layers because the temperature dropped. And this girl comes up on stage, and all I'm seeing is her face, and she's got the whole part. I can't tell how old somebody is. And plus, she was thrown up by one of our techs. I don't know. She goes, let's do a shot contest. Who can drink it quicker? And I'm like, all right, a shot? And she goes, yeah, but you got to do a shot, spin 3 times and do it. So she had some requirements. I did it. I beat her barely. And then somebody told me later she was 14 years old. I'm like, oh, God. So how in the hell would I have known? So it's stupid things like that. But special thanks to Danny. He has Wrap Star USA. He can wrap your car, your boat, your motorcycle, your truck for your small business the same way he wrapped that bus you saw. That's not paint, that's 100% wrap. I think the bus is brown, and he wraps right over the top of it. He'll leave it white for a couple of years, then he'll wrap it again. It's affordable, and it's excellent as far as advertising and taking care of the paint on your vehicle. So Wrapstar, WRAP star.com. I'm going to start because I mentioned it yesterday. Do I think it's a big story? No, I think it is a story. But I mentioned yesterday for some reason in talking about Tiger that he and, his girlfriend were kind of back together. So Tiger,
this is someone's ex, one of the Trump guys.
Trump Jr.'s ex.
Trump Jr.'s ex, yeah.
And
Don Jr.'s ex.
John, yes. And guess what they have together? 5 kids. 5.
Don and whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm. Whatever her name is. You mean Miss Tiger? Miss Tiger. I'm looking it up, but I that story sparked me only because there's some sad facts behind it, and I'll pull it up right now. This morning I just happened to be looking over stories, which is what I do, and I saw this and I went, oh no. And maybe it makes a little bit of sense. I hope it doesn't. But it looks like that she is fighting right now some cancer diagnosis.
Oh, no.
It's very
sad. She has 5 kids.
And she has 5 kids. So that is super, super scary. And I don't think that's why she went into Tiger's arms. I think they have a relationship. People say it's really love. But obviously when Tiger did this last hiccup and this last wreck in his subdivision, she's like, look, I can't be around this. I've already been in a blow up with my husband, dating Trump Jr. and getting a divorce. I was in the news. I was hounded. And then dating you, I got hounded. And then you're like, now, you do this. You mess up and you ruin your chances of playing at the Masters and you wreck and you're DUI or you're on drugs and pills. I got to steer clear.
Is Tiger going to play in any more tournaments this year, do we think? Do we know?
I think you will. I think the guy was there before
Will he do the
this
one that's
last
going to
hiccup.
be here at East Lake?
At East Lake, he won it just back in 1920, I think, if I've got the dates right. But yeah, he won that year. He won Masters and East Lake. Mm-hmm. So he got closer. He's very dangerously close to Jack Nicklaus's record. But I don't know. But the girl he's dating is not a girl. She's a 48-year-old woman. Her name is Vanessa Trump, and she has 5 children by Trump Jr.
Mm-hmm. And she's dealing with some cancer issues?
Yeah, and what it is, it's breast cancer. And she has not gone into what stage or treatments or anything like that. The family knew, but she's kind of come out and said it now in a post. And in that post, she basically stated, "Hey, I'm taking care of it. I'm seeing healthcare professionals. I mean, Trump's going to look after his son's, ex, and especially the mother of his 5 grandkids."
Yeah.
But that could explain why she's kind of back with Tiger. Maybe she needed stability. She obviously gets a little bit of that with the Trumps. But think about it. Tiger has mansion. He has a boat. She can get away from the press.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With Tiger, she can. And I'm telling you, sometimes that's the deal. And these women have lived at a higher level than any of our girlfriends.
Yeah.
You ever dated a rich chick, somebody that just had been there to the promised land? And
No.
you're like, oh, so you're living in squalor in my apartment right now. I dated a few that could buy and sell things. So we'll see. But, our thoughts are obviously with Vanessa. Formerly, Trump still carries the name unless she becomes Vanessa Woods. Yeah, come on, and yeah, come on golf carts. Hey, it's Southside Steve with the Yeah, Come On show talking about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that would be North Atlanta Golf Carts. North Atlanta Golf Carts is located in Dawsonville off Highway 53 East, or you can go to Buford where they're located off Thompson Mill Road. Either way, they've got lots of brands for you. They've got Yamaha, they've got Club Car, and many others. Whatever you're looking for, they've got it, and they've been in business since 1997. When you get there, ask for Craig Riddle. He's the man. He'll be at 1 or 2 locations always during the day, and then ask for the Yeah, Come On deal. He's already prepared to give you $500 off a used golf cart. So whether it's new to you or brand new, however you want to customize it, do you want it delivered? They've got parts, they've got accessories, and they work round the clock. Monday through Saturday, they're open. Sunday, they're closed. That's North Atlanta Golf Carts. Yeah, come on.
Polydictainment.
All right, you see this $1.8 billion compensation fund for all the January 6 rioters that were arrested and were had the legal system weaponized against them.
We know one.
We know one. We call him the Patriot. He was on our show on Fox FM a while back. He was like, I don't know, 18 at the time.
He was, and he didn't get arrested till he was 20. His family had spent probably about $40,000 or $50,000 in court fees trying to keep him out of jail. Ultimately, given a sentence of a year and 3 months, and he served like 10 months of that or 11 months.
Yeah, amazing.
But he's in jail. This kid was in jail, and he said all he did was walk around the building.
Oh, all these people, they got the book thrown at him, and they were just happened to be there. They weren't the ones that tutued on.
Well, think about it.
On Nancy Pelosi's desk and all that crazy stuff.
No, if you got the guards standing by, for everybody that says it was combative and you're knocking down doors were wide open with guards letting you right in.
Yeah.
He said to us that he was in there 10 minutes max, and it said it got to the point it felt uncomfortable, like he shouldn't be there, and he got his butt out.
Mm-hmm.
Still got arrested.
He still got arrested. So Trump has set up this $1.8 billion compensation fund for people like that. So I guess he's entitled to get at least his legal fees back.
Hopefully.
And probably some time served. I mean, 10 months in a federal prison for just walking around the Capitol on the wrong day.
No, and that kid is an entrepreneur. You can follow him. I kind of almost want to get his permission, but I think we could. But he built a treehouse.
Yeah, he had a whole TikTok series on building a treehouse somewhere out in Alpharetta.
Yeah, from the ground up.
Yeah.
And then he also was working with a friend of ours, and he was helping her build Jeeps.
Broncos.
But it's the Bronco convertible, like 1950s model with high-end equipment, up to date.
Yeah.
Engine.
So they have this thing that Trump has set up. Well, a couple of police have sued because they don't think that anybody's entitled to any compensation. So there's some police and Capitol Police that are suing to try to block the compensation fund.
No, if you went to jail and they look back at it, especially this kid, you're right. If you took a poop on Nancy Pelosi's desk, you kind of deserve whatever you got.
Yeah, I think some of the people that really did damage, okay, they They get arrested. They do that. But the people that were just arrested just for loitering, just for being there.
That you gotta, yeah, and I think you can go from case to case and figure out who's entitled and who's not. But they should not be upset at a kid like this. I think that he is the case. I think you could build who gets money around the Patriot that we know locally. We couldn't say his name forever. And this kid now has his rights back. I don't know if he has the right to carry a gun. That was an issue because he lives out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know if he's allowed to vote yet.
Well, didn't they expunge the record?
Possibly.
I think they cleared it, but now they're going to have a compensation fund to get some restitution for the legal fees, et cetera, et cetera.
He lost 10 months in the prime of his life when you're really supposed to get started, and his parents spent money they didn't have.
Oh, Mike was behind on that one.
Mike,
what was up? What's up? I mean, we were doing so good.
How about a proper out cue? How about that? I thought it was obvious. Money they didn't have.
That's what we were going for. Okay, all right, there we go. Back on track.
Back on track. Now it's time to talk about another great sponsor, and I want to mention David Markwell. David Markwell. Go to markwelltherapy.com. Now, somebody did ask me the other day, is he the only counselor? No, he's one of 9. It's his operation. It's actually called Ridgeline Counseling. It's in Marietta. He also has offices in Blue Ridge. But you need to get a hold of the boss, talk to him, and he's going to place you with the right person, or you may request him. He's extremely affordable, and he's worth your time, and he can straighten you out. That's markwelltherapy.com.
Yeah, come on!
Well, sports, we could talk about scores and things like that, but sometimes it's just better to do a Steve MZ version, which caught my eye.
Well, I have a sports comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have an observation.
Yeah, an observation of a sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Lee, I know some things about sports, not a lot.
Very little. But
whenever I have something you contribute to this segment, I love doing it.
Okay.
Okay. So I've been watching the Braves and Marlins the past couple of nights.
Okay.
And I noticed no one is at that stadium. They're playing in Florida, right? And it's this empty.
Wow.
No one's there.
I wonder why.
I don't know. It was just an observation I had. It looked like Atlanta Fulton County Stadium circa 1983. Remember no one went to those games back then. But I mean, it just goes to show. I think they put on a better show or better game at Truist. Because it did not look that empty. I mean, I get it. It's the middle of the season. It's the middle of the week. Whatever. But this stadium just looked empty.
It could be because schools are all letting out. It's my son's last day in school today for Fulton County. Maybe they all have vacations, or maybe they're planning a vacation to leave, and going to the ballpark is not easy. It is tough when you have kids. It's easier for 2 roommates to go. But, maybe everybody's planning that first week vacation. I know a lot of people that get out quick, and they think it's better to get out quick because most families don't. Everybody has their own mindset on what works and what doesn't work. But I did see on the Today Show, which is where we have our lovely Chloe Malas, who comes on from NBC, they said 45 million people will travel.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too, yeah. Despite the gas prices being higher and the bad economy, so to speak, people are going to travel more than ever.
45 million this week alone. So to me, not a good week to leave. Also not a good week to speed. I'm going after Eagles Nolan Smith, and I'm going after all athletes. I did show up on the scene of a Ferrari accident.
Oh, Danny Heatley.
Yes, Danny Heatley. I was there around 4:30 a.m. after he'd crashed his car around 3. Mm-hmm. It was just the vehicle there. They're pulling it out of the gate. There's pieces of red Ferrari everywhere, his CDs. I'm live on the air. I'm talking with the police, and it was nuts. And I stayed on site till about 6:15. So we started the show at 5:30 with me on site.
And that was 2003, 2002-ish. And he survived, right? But one guy got killed, another player.
His best friend.
Yeah.
His best
awful.
friend and fellow player. Mm-hmm. So it was horrible. But he's got a fast car. And it's like a lot of these guys have the money, but do they know how to drive it? Have they taken a performance class, which we know those kind of guys. You can go up to Road Atlanta and take a high performance class and understand more about what that car is
But you
going to
shouldn't
do.
be driving that fast, even on 400, because he was on like Peachtree or Lennox or something.
He was on,
He wasn't on a interstate.
Lennox Road.
Yeah.
And where all the humps are.
Yeah.
So he caught air, and when he landed, I guess the steering wheel wasn't straight. He had turned it, and that car immediately went.
Oh, wow.
So,
But still going way too fast for a side road like that.
and
That's
this
just-
is the same thing with Eagles Nolan Smith, clocked at wild speeds before his arrest. Officers say he was going 135 miles an hour on a 70-mile-an-hour zone. He's on the interstate doing $135.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's a super speeder.
So my thing is, if you're going to buy these cars and you want to know what they're going to do, dude, there's too many cops, too many radars, too many people, and too many bad damn drivers that drive 58 in the fast lane, and they're an obstacle, and you're going too fast to navigate it. Even the best drivers in the world might crash. So, what are you doing? You got to, if you're going to buy that car, I think you got to take it to, Echo Park, or you got to take it to, the Atlanta.
That BMW experience. Isn't there a track
There's
there?
and there's a Porsche experience.
Yeah.
You got to get on a track and see what it'll do. You just can't. I know you want to get it up to speed, but poor decision. The last one in sports really cracked me up. The headline. I don't know who this guy is. WWE star Ludwig Geyser. Good old Ludwig. Well, he's arrested for allegedly kicking his neighbor's ass. That's the headline. I'm like, so this dude, I'm like, let me tell you, when you live next to a WWE star or a boxing star, anybody that's knowledgeable of mixed martial arts, this isn't the guy you pick a fight with. It just isn't. After the cops say he and his girlfriend couldn't keep their sex drives in check, I guess the neighbor had to say something because they're outside. They're doing it. They're doing it. And the neighbor's like, hey, what are you doing? Enough of this. And it's in Orlando, Florida. The two men are filmed live a little bit having this argument. And, of course, there's pushing, shoving, and the dude kicks his ass. But, hey, I got to admit, you can't have sex in front of my kids.
No, you can't have it where people can see from the other houses or the road. I think that's called indecency.
That is indecent, and that is the bad side of sports. God bless them for their abilities, but you can't use them on others. Coming up now, we got ourselves a little bit of track 13, and I have had all kinds of weird songs. Did you get any information? Did anybody say anything about our super group yesterday?
No, Wasted. No, we did not.
Wasted,
Have not
spelled
seen.
WAYSTED. I thought it was pretty damn funny. I've got a few more. I've got a Y&T. I'm just going to mention band names and see where you go with it.
Okay.
So
I like some Y&T.
You do?
They're sort of a DC level metal band of the 80s.
yeah, a lot of hardcore 80s guys are fans of theirs. The guys that dabble in it like the big bands. Don't Be Afraid would be the song I would play.
See, that's deeper. I know
That's way deep on
I know
YT.
Summertime Girls. That's a great tune.
Yeah,
It's a
I know
good-
that.
It's a fun summer song. It's a good way to kick off the summer.
Summertime girl. I
Yeah.
just, I
No?
hate it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I think we got to go deeper, not go deep.
Mean Streak is another one of theirs that I like.
You like
Y&T.
that one? All right. Let me see what else wild I have. And again, I love searching out these bands. Usually Jeff knows of the bands. I had.
But you go pretty deep. Oh.
I did have Rick Springfield in there.
Oh, okay. We were going to do that because that was I met him last year.
Yeah, you did.
At the
Well,
Macon Centerplex.
You could have interviewed him, but instead you shook his hand and got an autograph.
Well, I was
And
in
a
one
picture.
of those. I was in one of those Catalines where it's just a quick meet and greet. There's no. I couldn't do a formal
you
interview.
look Rick in the eye and you go, Rick, I'm just helping you on interviewing when you get your next one. Those were listeners. Those are people that love you. I am in the press. I've interviewed you on the radio.
Yeah.
Now I stand before thou. Let's talk 5 minutes.
But see, they have a whole line of people behind me. They're wanting
Y'all
their
are
meet
going to
and
have to wait.
greet.
You know what you do?
That's so Southside Steve. I don't know if I can pull that off.
I would totally do that. I'd be like, they're out. Y'all hold on a second. Stare at Rick while I talk to him for 2 minutes, Rick. Southside Steve here. Or you go last in line.
Yeah, I could have waited. Yeah.
If you go last, that's what I did a lot of times. Go last and then you get away with more than the next guy because he sees his stress is gone, everybody's gone, and it's just you. You identify who you are, and you got to immediately put a mic in his face.
Yeah.
And most people, even if they walk away thinking you were a douchebag, they'll talk to you because you threw a mic in their face. So,
Well, what Rick Springfield do you want to do for track 13?
well, I'm glad you asked. I think this is a cool start because it has like the keyboards, and I like the things that make Rick look cool. So I think what made him look cool is anything that played into either his naval look, anything that played into him being a soap opera star. You know, based on the albums and the outfits he wore, I think he's looked douchey a couple times, cool most of the time. State of the Heart.
State of the Heart. I think that's on Hard to Hold, the movie. I think it was from the movie soundtrack.
And that's why I love the movie. It's off of Jesse's Girl, the album, I think. Is that an album?
Yeah, that's Working Class Dog.
Working Class.
Album. But I think this affair, the
State of the Heart.
State of the Heart. There's also Affair of the Heart. I think that's the one that's in the movie, Hard to Hold.
Oh, yeah, Affair of the Heart.
But State of the Heart is another one.
Which one do you like better?
I like Affair of the Heart.
All right, well, let's do what you want.
Let's do Affair of the Heart. Okay, great. Perfect track 13. Rick Springfield, Affair of the Heart. Video link in the description. It is track 13 on the Come On Show.